Hi, everybody. It's your podcast, Sista Lisa. Thanks for tuning in. And if you like to discover new music, then you've come to the right place. I hope everybody is ready to rock the house today with my guest, Will Given, the lead singer of the rock band Still Runnin' out of Colorado. There he is. Will, how are you?
Good. How you doing today? Thanks for having me today.
Oh, I am so excited about this interview today. You are so talented, and the band is fantastic.
Thank you so very much. It means the world.
Well, I have to start out by saying I saw recently, I think it was yesterday, did you just graduate from college at Colorado State University?
Yes, ma'am, I did. Yes, I did. Yep.
What a huge accomplishment
Thank
while
you.
you're becoming a musician.
Right? Yeah. It's been a long battle, but we're done with that now. That part of life is over, so we're trying to start something new now.
Yeah. Yeah. What
Yeah.
did you major in? I'm just curious.
It's communication studies and world development. I minored in political science.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yes, thank you so much.
And I saw on Instagram, by the way, Will, I think I'm addicted to Instagram and TikTok and all that. So
Oh,
I
no
might
worries. Well, yeah, I am too. Yes, I am too.
so I might refer to that a little bit throughout this interview. But anyway, there was
Yeah.
a video of you and your bandmates. You're in your
Yep.
cap and gown, and they look so proud to be there and was so proud to have you graduate. How nice.
Yes, no, it was wonderful. It was so great to have them there. Family was there as well, which was so great. Everybody was there. We're always a super close group of guys. We always have been. That's how we're gonna do music. Well, we kind of got to be a family. So kind of keeping that notion through everything we do is awesome.
Great. Did you guys meet in college?
So it was kind of a funny story because I met Josh, our drummer, in college, and then we were hanging out because I first met his roommate in college, and then he introduced me to Josh. And at first, I don't think we really were too fond over each other because I asked him to play his guitar, and he was like, "No, don't touch it." And then after like a week longer, like this is like first weekend at college my freshman year, and then we started hanging out more and more because we were seeing each other, and then kind of just clicked. We found out that we liked music and everything, and then started playing together for a little bit. Yeah.
How long have you guys been together?
We've been together since spring of 2021.
Wow.
Yep.
And you guys, I gotta say, when I first listened to your music, it was like time stood still for me. And like I was in my bedroom in the 70s listening to my vinyl records,
Yeah.
and it's that authentic, Will. It's unbelievable. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It means the world, seriously.
And where is this voice coming from? Your lead singing voice. I mean, it's a gift, that is for sure. But have you taken singing lessons, or is this something that you've just are natural?
Yeah, no, yeah, I've taken a couple singing lessons over the year. It was kind of funny because the whole story with me, like originally singing and like liking rock and roll, was like a flashback to my senior year of high school, or like I guess that summer kind of we were supposed to have prom, but then COVID smacked the wall, hit us hard. And then we did like a little prom that happened a little bit like right before it started, and my buddy from a different school called me up and said, "Hey, like any chance you know how to sing? Or we're bringing back our middle school band, our middle school talent show band, but our old singer doesn't want to do it." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll come over and try it out." Humiliated myself the first day, but then started to love it more and more, and then kind of just opened up this whole world to like this whole new thing of music that I really never listened to before. And of course, I always say like I grew up in my parents' back seat, but like really when I really got into it, it was kind of a whole new spark of genre. And then we performed once, and then now I just wanted to keep going with it, and I found the guys for that. So,
Well, I have read many comments on your social media, and they're all saying the same thing, Will. I mean, you are the rock band of this generation. You're bringing that old, authentic rock and roll to, this generation in this year. So what does that feel like? Is that a lot of pressure for you?
Yes, it is. I mean, like, yes and no, because it's like you kind of want to make your own experiences with and create some new stuff, but also, like I say sometimes, like we're walking in the footsteps of giants. Like we see like our predecessors from before who have done this and have inspired us to do this, and now it's like kind of our mark in time to like show this next generation like what this generation of music has taught us from a difference of like world, how the world has changed from either politics, if you want to go there, your life, other people's life, just what you've seen in life. And I feel like that's kind of varied from each generation, how things have changed with technology and whatnot. And it's kind of passed, it's kind of like their letter to the next generation, hopefully, through our music or through our friends and stuff like that. So I think it's always a good message to keep for the future as well.
Well, I think we need Still Running in the music world today. I really, truly do. I think that what you're capturing in your lyrics and your sound and your presence on stage, all four of you, it's so reminiscent of the 70s. And I want to make sure right off the bat, we give a shout out to the other band members. If you could give their names and what they do in the band.
For sure. Shout out to Carson Frang. He plays electric guitar, lead guitarist. Austin Lorelei, bass guitarist. And Josh Langhorn, drums. Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't want my audience to wait another. I don't want my audience to wait another minute. And I usually don't start this early off with a song snippet, but I just want everyone to get a taste of what we're talking about. So I'm going to play your title song, Still Running, by the band Still Running. And when we come back, we're going to talk more music.
Awesome.
That's what I'm talking about, Will. I mean, that is tremendous. Good for you. I am so happy for you and the band. Tell us about this song, Still Running.
I kind of, Still Running, our first song we ever really wrote together. And like you said, our title track, same name as our band. It's a very important song for us because it kind of is it's our mark on our starting our music journey together, like as a family, and how we, what our view of rock and roll is. And I guess we've tried to translate that into a song as our title track, Still Running. And as it says in the band name, Still Running, we've always thought of keep pushing, still running. He's still running, doing that, like we're keeping it going. And it kind of creates that notion of like this is hard rock and roll, this is true rock and roll, like at heart. And I guess our main thing that we wanted to emphasize with that, it's still here, it's still like present, it hasn't like gone away, and that we can still listen to it. There's still people out there who produce this kind of music.
Well said. And I love the name too, how it kind of has like a little bit of a twist to it. It's spelled with just one L. What was the thinking, behind that, to stand out, or?
Yeah, it was kind of just shock value, honestly. We originally had, the original name was Still Water Runnin'. was the original band name that we had, and because it was kind of just like a play on words, like it's still, the water's like still running. And then one day we were just like, we were singing one of our songs. It was Still Running that used to be on one of our other songs, and all the titles got kind of thrown together and everything. But one time when we were in practice, I said Still Running when I was singing one of the choruses, and it was kind of like bam, like that's it. And then afterwards came the one L no G kind of notion around the name, because we are like, it's cool. It's had shock value, so that's why we took out the G and dropped the second L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Good call. I love
Yeah.
it.
Thank you.
So I want to talk about you and the band. Now, I understand you guys all live together. Is that true?
Yes. So currently, I'm moving back in with them next year. In about a couple months from now. Yes. But we did live together before for a whole year. Yes.
Wow, that must have been something.
Oh, it was a great time. We had a lot of fun, but also a lot of stress as well.
Oh, I
Into that.
bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Will you do most of the songwriting? Is that correct?
Yes, I do. I do a lot of the writing. Yep, and I do a lot of the acoustic songs that we produce. But we all compose together and everything. It's either one person comes up with an idea, brings it to the table. Unless we're all together, we sometimes will come up with a lot of stuff together. It's kind of just a different mix of how a bunch of the songs come together and whatnot.
So, Will, the band has 4 singles out right now,
Yes, we do. Yep.
and you're going to have a new single released in June.
Yes, on Friday the 13th, so June 13th. Yep. Hmm.
Gosh, you guys are working very hard in the studio. And what is it like for you to go into the studio and produce these singles and, get the recognition that you're getting?
It's always fun. It's always fun. I mean, sometimes you get stressed because you can't sing the right part or do the right part right then and there where you want it. But you always get in, you find new ideas, you write new things about that song that you do for the future or whatever. But it's always a good time. We were up at here in Fort Collins at the Blasting Room, and that's been a really nice help, where we've had Jason Livermore and Andrew Berlin be helping us produce our songs and everything like that. So big shout out to them over there. They've been a huge help to us.
That's terrific. I love on your Instagram and TikTok also, captions and, snippets of you guys in the studio. For example, I think you said, the producer said, do some jumping jacks, Will, or something.
Yes, yes. And no, that was a funny one, because she just said to go ahead and do that. And that's Athena over at Evergroove Studios. And she was like, hey, it keeps you going. It gets the heart rate up. It's like you're about to, it's like you're on stage. And it worked perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. And then I think there was another time also. Are you drinking tea when you're singing, and the tea was too hot? And
Yes,
yeah,
I was being really over dramatic with that one there. That was hilarious. That was with Miles over there at the Blasting Room as well. We were just having a joking moment going over, saying like, why is this tea so hot? Stop yelling at me. It was great. It was a fun time. But it's just like moments like those that like make the studio fun, and where you like figure out more stuff about the song and just have fun with your buddies there and everything like that.
yeah. And I think too, again, this is a gift. Everyone in the band has such charisma, and you're just drawn to it. Both on Instagram and even, with the interviews and all the things that I've seen. And with that gift of charisma comes a lot of responsibility. And and I've seen it throughout my life. And you all seem to have a good head on your shoulders, and hardworking. And how do you balance, all the things that you're doing in your young life? You've graduated. I'm not sure if any of the members are still working, while you're, making a mark in your music career. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's kind of like we're all working and everything now, and just kind of when it comes to balance, and it's, you kind of just got to make sure you have an outlet for like not being stressed or like being so you can go do something other than music. I mean, for me, I love writing. I love just writing and stuff like that, and also stuff with music. But also, I like playing golf as well, and I like going swimming up in lakes and stuff up here in Fort Collins. And it's like if you have those outlets to go escape and kind of free your mind from a lot of things, like you have, that's your another point to how you balance your life with it. Because we're all working and doing all this crazy stuff where we're stressed all the time. But it's like if you have that outlet to kind of breathe, it's where you kind of find your middle ground, where you kind of feel like you stay human and really know who you are. So I feel like having those breaks is very key and essential to like having this big responsibility and balance to in trying to balance with the band and with regular life and work. And so I just really think that's essential. Yeah.
That's wonderful to hear. And you guys are gearing up to kick off your summer tour.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yep.
And I looking down here because I wanted to make sure. I saw you're going to be in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm from Cleveland, so I might come out and check you guys out on July 8th.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for you guys going to Nashville.
That's going to be very fun. Yes.
Yeah, that's huge. And you're going to be in Iowa and New York, in Minnesota also.
Yep. We're going to be, all of those places. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah. Is this your first big tour together?
Yes. We did like a little mini tour back in California last year where we played the Viper Room, we played in Bakersfield, in Tehachapi, but and also Thousand Oaks, California as well. But this is going to be like our first official big tour. We're going to be driving around the country. So it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be an experience for sure.
Yeah, you're going to need a lot of endurance. You really are. And you'll pace yourself and all that. What have you guys talked about as far as preparing for that kind of experience?
It's we see that's the thing. It's like we really have no idea what to expect. We're trying to prepare the most we can, getting everything ready. We have a van and all that stuff like that, but it's kind of going with the flow at this point because we're gonna keep it. We really have no, like I said, we have no idea what to expect, but it's gonna be super fun.
Yeah, and I am anxious to see on social media your travels and how that's all going. And so why don't we kick off snippet number 2 with your song Wander by Still Runnin'. And when we come back, let's talk more music. I absolutely love every note of that song. And I was so excited, Will, to see that you have an official video to go with this song. Tell us about the video.
Oh, that was such a fun experience. We did that with Luke Ostermiller Films down in Red Rocks was one of the locations, and then up in Boulder Canyon in Boulder, Colorado. And it was a great experience all around. There was a lot. We did it over the course of 2 different time periods. So one of them was in kind of late summer of 2024, and then now the second part, another location setting in Boulder, was in earlier this spring. And so it was a really fun experience for us, just like filming and everything. It seemed really awkward when you film the video because it's like it looks nothing remotely close to what the finished product is. And as that being our first time doing something like that as well, it was just a great experience all around. Yeah.
Yeah, you have this carefree feel to it, all of you. And I love the look of what you're wearing and, the scenery. And I read, did you guys have to climb like a mile up a hill or mountain or hike
Yeah.
or
We really did. We had to climb up this really long path just to get up to this just like this prairie area in Boulder Park. And I could not tell you the name of that place, but it was like right underneath the Flatirons, the mountains. And I remember carrying up a whole drum set and all the
Oh my
gear
God.
was a lot, especially going uphill. I mean, and that was a lot. So, but
Yeah.
it turned out to be great. It was 100% worth the effort. So, yeah.
Oh, I think it's award winning, that video. That's how much I like it.
Thank you so much. Yes, I really like it too. It actually turned out a lot better than we even thought it was going to be as well, which was just awesome.
Yeah. So what's on the horizon for Still Running? What are your dreams and hopes and, goals for the band?
I would say our goal, I feel like I could speak for the rest of the band and when I say this, but we want to go to the next step with music. I feel like we're there, we're ready for it. Tour is going to be another experience for us to kind of bring us a little bit more into that world. But just getting out there, kind of getting just getting more experience under our belt and trying to promote ourselves as much as possible. And hopefully someone likes us, some people like us, and we can gain a little bit more of a following. But I would say also our main goals too is just to enjoy music, to keep remembering like why we started this in the first place. And yeah, just keep going with it. Yeah.
Great. I can't wait to see all that you're doing. I'd love to have you back on the show. I do follow you on social media. How can others check you out on social media as well as listening to your music?
So we're on all music platforms if we want to look on there. And when it comes to social media, or Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, we're on YouTube as well. If you go to our Instagram bio, we have our link tree where it has our Patreon that you can look at, as well as our other social media links there, and where you can check out our music as well. It has our information.
Well, thank you again for your time. And I wish you all the success in the world. And Will, I say this at every end of my podcast. That's a wrap.
Thank you so much for having me today. Hopefully we can chat again here soon.
Could I get a thank you, Cleveland?
Thank you, Cleveland.
I love it. Cleveland rocks, that's for sure.